You talking about, I don't know if you ever been to the store and bought you some real nice cotton t-shirts. They fit real kind of good, real nice. When you walked out the store, you felt real good about yourself, but you put them in the washing machine just a couple of times. And when it came out, what in the world just happened? It changed.
Yes, it did.
Didn't make it bad, but it's no longer for me. It is now different. So some stuff changed. I can no longer fit into it anymore. In other words, when you used to gossip in my ear, it used to not bother me. But now that I have changed, now it bothers my ear. Now, you used to be negative, and I used to be negative with you. But now it's bothering me. I can't do it anymore. I've changed. So sometimes the items, or sometimes the items don't change, but I change. But then there are certain things in life that they are simply not meant to be permanent. It's not meant to be permanent. It's only meant to be temporary. What are you talking about? You don't go to the store and buy milk for the year. Because it's not meant to be permanent. It's meant to be temporary. And what many of us try to do in our lives is take something that was meant to be temporary and try to force it to be permanent. But I found out when you take something that's temporary and force it to be permanent, everybody can tell that something is wrong. I don't want to talk to our ladies too much, but there's certain hairstyles that are meant to be temporary. Sometimes when you braid that stuff into your hair, you're not supposed to leave it in there for 3 years. It's meant to be temporary. You leave it in too long, it starts looking messed up. It starts looking bad because you took something that was temporary and tried to make it permanent. If I can really just tell somebody now, you might feel uncomfortable in your life where you are, because where you are was meant to be temporary. You were meant to move to the next step, but you got kind of comfortable where you are, and you are in a temporary place. But after a while, you can't stay in a temporary place. What are you talking about? You might, if you ever gotten on an airplane before. I remember one time I got on and something happened. They upgraded my seat and I was so happy. Lord have mercy. I had never sat in first class in a day in my life, and they had me sitting up front. And I felt kind of nice, you know. I wanted something to drink. They just asked me. The cup got kind of empty. They came, walked back, and poured something back in the cup. If I wanted, you know, they just usually give you those nasty peanuts, but up front they had all everything that you wanted to order. The food was hot. They gave you a nice plate and a nice cup. I felt kind of comfortable, but once the plane landed, as comfortable as I was, it was time to get up
and get off
and to go. But many of us in our lives get kind of comfortable where we are, and we don't realize that now it's time to move. The truth of the matter is, if I would have stayed on there too much longer, they would have first tapped me real nice on the shoulder and said, Mr. Howes, this is your stop. It is now time to go. If I did not leave then somebody else might have came in and said a little more forcefully, you've got to get up and you've got to go. Your ticket, catch this, your ticket was only for one destination. And many of us are now in our lives, we were meant to just pass through a destination and we stayed there. Rest stops are nice, but if I need to get to my destination, now I used to love that they still have the Maryland House. Now, it's been years since I went there, down on 95. They said, I don't know why I loved the Maryland House. It was something about wherever we stopped, I wanted to stop at the Maryland House. I just was upset if it was anywhere else. As nice as the Maryland House is, I don't know if anybody in their right mind would say, you know what, we're going to take a trip. We all gonna drive down to the Maryland House. You all say, well, Pastor, you crazy. You use the bathroom and you go to Roy Rogers up here. What in the world is you driving way down there just to go to a rest stop? That's not the purpose. So old things are passed away. I get rid of what is old. And now all things are become new. it's nice to have some new things once in a while. I know they talk about new to me and all of that kind of, and that's real nice. But sometimes it's real nice just to have something that is new. Whether it's when you eat a new paper plate, I don't care what it is, just something new. There's nothing wrong with anything that is new. All things, verse 18, and all things are of God who reconciled us to himself by Jesus Christ. One problem that many of us as human beings have, I'm not even going to talk about just us as Christians, but one problem that many of us as human beings have is reconciliation. In other words, forgiving somebody else. That's one of our biggest issues. We want people to forgive us. We want people to forget what we just said. Well, you know how I am. You know I'm just human. And if you have somebody who's not a Christian and you do something, you're supposed to be a Christian. Why you not accepting my sorry? You supposed to be. You supposed to. But it's very difficult, if we tell the truth of the matter, to forgive everybody for everything. Some stuff hurts. It might be easy to forgive. If somebody trip over my shoe, I'm not going to hold a grudge with them. That's a lot of energy. Okay, you tripped over my shoe. That's pretty simple. I can't come up to you 6 months later. Listen, you remember back in 2010, I was back there, and you tripped over my shoe and still upset about it. You have no problem forgiving somebody for something like